The root of it, though, let's go back to why we expect that of others. Because that's the crucial part in changing it. I may expect that it's going to be sunny next week for my picnic because this is the summertime. It's always sunny. In America, we have rain this time of year. In India, we don't. It's very safe to plan a picnic or an outdoor wedding or whatever this time of year because you know it's going to be sunny. Then it rains. I'm upset. But chances are, I haven't come completely undone. I'm upset, I'm disappointed. But chances are I'm able to manage it. Why? Because I understand intuitively that the weather is not in my control. I understand intuitively that even though it's not supposed to rain, that I really don't have any control over it. I also understand intuitively that the weather is not out to get me. That no cloud sat up there planning to ruin my picnic and purposely collected lots of water and waited till the day of my picnic before releasing it. I mean, we all get that. You don't hear people saying things like, and the weather also hates me. Weather's always against me. I mean, any of us, we'd look at that person like, you're crazy. The weather's not against anyone. It just rained. It happens. But with others, along with the expectation of what they're going to do, comes a much more subtle expectation, which is that I actually have some control over this. There's an assumption built in of control. And therefore, if I expect you to be loyal to me, and you're not, well, not only has my expectation not been fulfilled, but the assumption that I had some level of control over you and your life, that has also been broken. And interestingly, that is actually much more painful because that cuts at the very core of what we've based our lives on. For most of us, in order to live, we have to live with some illusion of control. And when we realize that we have no more control over the people around us than we do on when the clouds let go of their water, that's the only way that we actually can get free of the anger. You're not going to go outside and start shouting at the clouds. Right? I mean, they'd pack you up off to a mental hospital. I mean, can you imagine? It rains on your picnic and you go out and you're shouting, having a temper tantrum at the cloud. But when it's a person, usually a family member, there's an implicit sense, an implicit assumption. Not just that you're going to do what I expect, but that I've got some control over this. If I just make you promise enough, if I get you to act in a certain way, if I'm angry enough, whatever it is, but that I do have some kind of control. If I'm nice enough. And the truth is we don't. And so crucial to letting go of anger is letting go of the assumption that we have any control over what anybody else does. Because we don't. Think of the people in your world like clouds gathering water. You hope they don't rain on your picnic. But you can't really have that much of an assumption of control over it. And the last piece of this is the why. Why is it so important to me that you do what I expect. And the reason for that is because I have hooked my own personal happiness into how you act. So now not only do I expect you to be loyal to me, but I actually need you to be loyal to me. Because my own happiness and peace is now hooked into your loyalty. You're loyal, I can be happy and peaceful. You're not, I can't. So now it's not just an expectation, it's a need. And when you don't fulfill that, then I'm furious because I needed it. Now not only have I lost your loyalty, but I've lost my own peace. I've lost my own joy because I had stuck that with crazy glue onto your loyalty. And this is where anger comes from. And that's why the only real permanent solution to anger. I mean, I can give you a lot of temporary when you're angry, okay, we count to 100 and take a lot of breaths and drink a glass of water and, practice gratitude, but that's all the stuff that you do sort of as you're hyperventilating. The goal is not to get to that point. And the only way not to get to that point is really not to have our levels of happiness and peace hooked in with how other people act. And to move through the world expecting, sure, of course I expect you to be loyal. I wouldn't marry you if I didn't. But I don't have an assumption of control. You've come into this world with your own karmic package and your own seeds that are going to become trees and all of your own impressions and values and ethics and subconscious. All that stuff from long before I met you that makes you who you are. And that has much more control over you than I do. So when you are loyal, I'm happy. And if you're not, I certainly may be disappointed. But there isn't the fury that comes from when our assumption of control is broken.